Welcome to the Truman Charities Podcast. I am Jamie Truman, your host. This podcast is for philanthropists that are actively looking to expand their donor portfolio. So no more coffee chats, no more spending hours researching an organization. I am doing all of that work for you. Today, I had the pleasure of speaking with the founder of KIND, Jamie Lichtenstein. KIND is an organization that helps children in Montgomery County that are on the free and reduced lunch program. I was shocked to find out that in Montgomery County, 1/3 of the children are on the free and reduced lunch program in school. That equates to about 65,000 children in Montgomery County. KIND helps children that are on the free and reduced lunch program throughout the weekends and throughout their summer. I am very excited that Truman Charities and KIND have had such a great relationship throughout the past 8 or 9 years. We've hosted an event yearly for them. This year, our event is going to be on February 25th at Tommy Joe's in Bethesda from 6 to 9:30 p.m. We are going to talk all about KIND and how they are helping children in Montgomery County. And I'm also going to touch on our upcoming event. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. And of course, I hope to see you February 25th. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm doing well. And you?
Good. I'm so glad that you could come back on as a guest on the podcast. Do you remember you were my first guest?
Whoa. That's impressive. That impresses me.
Oh my gosh. No, I had you as my first guest because I was like, if I mess up, it won't be that bad. And do you remember during our first interview, halfway through, I thought I was going to die because I looked over and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't record it. We had to start over. Do you remember that?
We did?
Yes, no. 15 minutes in, I was like, oh my gosh. I forgot to
That's another advantage of being old. You don't remember these things.
All right, Jeremy, I'm really excited to know the updates. There's been so much going on with KIND and your organization. So can you tell me first a couple things, a little bit about you and what exactly is KIND and why you decided to start this organization?
Well, it's kind of embedded in us as kids growing up to give back to the community. And at the time, you didn't really think a whole lot about it, but it kind of just happened naturally and realized, you know what? The community I'm in really does struggle in a lot of areas. So I figured maybe I should try and help in some way. Started out with coaching my kids' teams and things like that, and then progressed into realizing that Montgomery County schools had a lot of food insecure families and kids, and I wanted to do as much as I could do with that. At the time, I didn't realize how bad it was, but at this point, it's 1/3 of the kids in Montgomery County public schools are on free reduced meal plan, and I think equates to over 65,000 kids. So, that's a pretty serious situation in one of the richest, counties in the country. So we started it slowly and then progressed pretty quickly. We started one school, 37 kids, and now we're in 28 schools, and we're doing combined 3,300 kids every week. So it's
amazing.
Working and it's doing well. And we get a lot of positive feedback from the schools and the families. Fortunately, we don't know the families that get it because a lot of times there's so many families at one school, and the counselors and the principals decide what child and family should get it. So I'm glad I'm not part of that process. So
now, what was that like when you figured out the numbers? Because to me, living in Montgomery County too, that seems so surprising that the number's so high. 1 in 3 kids, and would you say that amounts to about 65,000 children?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't believe it either until I started reading further and further on. And, the more you read and more you realize this is really incredible, especially because growing up, we used to always hear, who's the richest county in the United States? Is it Fairfax County or Montgomery County? And Fairfax County is no better off than we are, really, with the amount of kids that are in, food insecure as well. So it's just one of those things that's just never talked about because, people want to think that you're in a, very affluent area and not realize that there's people that are here that are not affluent. So for whatever reason, county, the government, whatever, has kept a pretty great secret here. So
now what you've been able to do with Kind is quite remarkable in the fact that all of the money that comes in goes directly to feeding the children. Can you explain a little bit about how your organization works?
Sure. So I actually have a job, so I can't. I had to figure out a way where this is going to be less time consuming, but have a big impact. So I figured out the best thing to do would be for us to do what we call almost like an Amazon type situation where it's direct ship. So we purchase the food. We go to Costco every 6 weeks. We have 170 volunteers, and then we move the food from the Costco to the schools. Now it's the school's responsibility to pack the bags and get them in the kids' hands on Fridays. It's for the weekends only. So because they get fed during the week at school, but a lot of these families and kids don't have food for the weekend. So the kids get the food in their backpacks every Friday. And that's up to schools and how they do it. But it really, all the other programs actually have companies that pack the bags and bring it to schools. Well, I don't have the time to do that, but schools have a lot of resources between Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, basketball teams, soccer teams. So they've got the resources to do it, and they get it done. I have to say, it's really impressive how many schools do have the kids come in and pack the bags. Matter of fact, it's so successful that when I had a bank that I was working with that wanted to pack the bags, I had to find a school that would give it up because they enjoyed it so much, having the kids packing bags for the school, for the kids there. So, some things you just don't know why it works so well, and sometimes it does. But, so far, knock on wood, we've been in over 11 years and progressing every year. And it really is incredible that, that we can get it done as quickly, easily. And with the volunteers, only have to work maybe 2 or 3 hours every 6 weeks. So,
yeah. And I've been to the Costco because Jerry, my husband, he likes to volunteer a lot when you guys are doing that. Yeah. And that runs so efficiently too. Everyone comes in, it's completely pre-packed. You just put everything in your cart and you go straight to the school.
Yeah.
So you've really done a great job about making your organization run very smoothly. Jeremy, I was thinking about this last night. How many years have we hosted an event for you? I can't remember.
That's a good question.
I know, right?
I'm going to say probably 7 or 8.
I would think so. And last night, I wanted to see kind of where we started with you guys and where we are now. I don't know if you remember this event that we did. It must have been 8-9 years ago, where we had it in the house. And it was a good idea, as we thought, to make it a themed food. And we ended up making everything and it was really cute. However, we didn't think it through to the fact that the kitchen, everything had to be cooked. So our kitchen made our house 500 degrees. So everyone was sweating. But I do, which was the surprising thing to me in a very good way, is that night we had made a little over $10,000 and we had raised that. And today we are now, people everyone listening will be a week and a half out from our event. But right now we're a week prior to that. So as of right now, it's 2.5 weeks from the event, February 25th. And we are at $23,000 2.5 weeks before the event.
Yeah, it's so impressive.
Which is so exciting. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming event that we're going to have February 25th at Tommy Joe's from 6 to 9:30. So what are some things that we can look forward to?
Well, we have a couple. We have a raffle that purchases dinners at various restaurants, Duck Duck Goose, Persimmon, and then a couple companies will do a in your house type scenario. Another one has pizza party for 20
Yeah. So let me get a little bit more details so people know exactly how many. So the Duck Duck Goose one is for 10 people, and that is in the one in Bethesda. And the Persimmon is 10 people as well. And there's also, we have so many great 10 people dinners here. And then we have the 10-person dinner with the owner of Medium Rare, and he will do that in home for you. And then also, Gerald Salazzo, the owner and chef of Marazzi Pizza, is going to do a 10-person in dinner. And then some of the live auction items, thanks to you, Jeremy, which I've been to your place and it is absolutely beautiful. You are going to be auctioning off a week at your Rehoboth Beach, which is oceanfront, 3-bedroom, beautiful condo. So
that's
so
during
much.
November to May.
The November to May.
November to May. Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Every view is of the ocean.
It really is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the 2 tickets at MGM to see Bill Maher. And you're going to be staying overnight in one of the suites at MGM. And you also get a dinner at Voltaggio Brothers as well that evening. I guess the only bad part is that Jerry and I will also be going. So you're going to have to, I mean, you don't have to hang out with us, but it would be nice.
We can ditch you guys.
You can ditch us if you want. That's totally fine. But that's also one of our live auction items. Oh, and so we have $100 for a ticket to get there, all the food and beverages that you would like, plus 1 raffle ticket. If you do $500, it's 4 tickets and 10 raffle items. And then we have our great sponsor levels, the gold sponsor. You get 8 tickets there, plus 20 raffle. And then with that, Jerry and I are going to be purchasing 5 raffle tickets for you. So you'll get 25 total. And then you have your title sponsor, which is 20 tickets to the event, 50 raffle tickets. And then also if you do gold or title sponsor, we are going to be having a special raffle for you guys with just sponsors. Oh, I know. Very exciting. So what are you most excited about the upcoming event?
Just seeing all the great people who I, don't have time to talk to 90% of the time when I'm doing deliveries, and having people there, just having a great time.
Yeah, I am so excited because I cannot do the math in my head. This is Jerry's department, but I don't know. It's $150 per year to feed a kid. That includes summer school, correct?
No, that's outside of summer school.
Is that outside?
Well, $150 with summer school. I'm sorry.
With summer
school. $125 without.
$125.
You know the numbers better than I do. One thing I did want to say though is when we're at Costco, you talked about the efficiency of it. We literally move 115,000 food items in less than 30 minutes. So when Costco rolls it out, it goes so fast into the cars. It's like I call it controlled chaos, but the reality is it's amazing how fast it goes. So my hat's off to Costco too, obviously, and all the people that are out there helping moving all the volunteers of moving the food. But it's pretty impressive when you go out there and just see it once.
Oh, the first time that I came out, I was very impressed of how quick and how efficient it was. It really blew my mind. And so I don't know the numbers offhand, but $23,000 so far, divide that by 150. I don't know how many kids so far we've been able to help. And of course, every single dollar that comes in goes directly to getting the food for these children. And Jeremy, where do you see Kind in the future?
I guess that I continue just to do the growth that we've been doing. We're one of the fastest growing organizations for food insecurity in Montgomery County. We start off, at the bottom, and now we're kind of tied for second biggest in Montgomery County for the, food insecurity in schools. So there's three of us that are really the major part of it all. And fortunately, we're all great friends. We all share ideas, and we all talk and get on Zoom meetings, and sometimes we apply for grants together through the county and stuff. We're fortunately really good friends. A little bit opposite of the business I'm in real estate, where you're always making sure no one's going to stab you in the back. But, it is what it is. So it's kind of a nice contrast.
Yeah, that is very nice, because when you're working together as a network of people, then you're able to make your organization run the way that yours does. You take the best ideas from
we
everybody,
really
learn from each other.
Yeah, we actually, when I first came into it, one of the first things we did was try to make sure that one of us was in every Title I school in Montgomery County.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at the time was a pretty exaggerated type idea. We didn't think we were really going to be able to do it, but fortunately, within a couple of years, we are now, one of us is in every Title I school, which is the neediest schools in the county. So that was a really, really great thing. So now that we're doing that, then we're also doing schools that aren't as needy, but every school has kids. I mean, even the rich schools in Bethesda have kids that are on free and reduced meal plan. There's no one immune to it.
So, Jeremy, before I let you go, is there anything that you would like someone to know that we haven't covered?
That the county has issues, and that, there's a lot of help that it needs, not just in our department of food insecurity, but, housing. There's just so many needs that this county that people just don't know about, should look into and just say, hey, there's some place to help, or there's some organization to hook up to try and, make a difference. You should, because we are definitely a county, a town, a community of need. I mean, there just is so much. And after the pandemic, it's even that much more. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, if you have the heart to get out involved and want to do it, it doesn't have to be food. It can be in many other types of, there's diaper banks. There's so many things that people can get involved in.
Yeah, there definitely is. When you take a look, which has been eye-opening to me since I've started this podcast, and I talk to founders of organizations in the DMV area, how much need there really is in the DMV area. So you're 100% on point with that. And for anybody that would like to come to the event, you could go to trumancharities.com/events, and then you'll be able to purchase your ticket there. But if you just want to get involved, you want to donate, you want to help at Costco, how can they follow you guys? How can they get in touch with Kind?
They can send us email, and then go on our website and read about it, and kindinmaryland.org, kindinmd.org, and then get all the information there, and then reach out to us, and hopefully we can find a solution for you to help us.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. I know how you're so busy. I see your signs everywhere in Bethesda. Jeremy homes are everywhere. So I know how busy you are. So thank you for taking the time to talk to us. I am beyond excited for the upcoming event and to see you, because I hardly ever see you. So yeah, I'm excited.
Exactly. You'll be one of the people I'll talk to. I never have time
I'm on the list. All right. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Right. And thank you for everyone that listened to another episode of the Truman Charities Podcast. Until next time. If you liked this episode, please make sure to rate and review our podcast. That is how more people learn about the Truman Charities Podcast and our organization. And to make sure you don't miss any of our future episodes, subscribe. If you'd like to follow Truman Charities, you can follow us on Facebook at Truman Charities, Instagram at Jamie_Truman Charities, and check out our website, trumancharities.com.